The DRL Summer Series makes its first stop in the state of Massachusetts, as we are here in Natick to run the British Petroleum 400 here at the Hillside International Raceway. Hello everybody, I'm Logan, and once again, welcome back to DRL Summer Series action, getting set for 40 laps here tonight from the Hillside International Raceway. I'm joined alongside Andrew, and these 24 drivers are ready to duke it out for 40 laps around this high-banked 1-mile oval, where you'll see lap times of under 20 seconds before the tires start to fall off here, and there still isn't too much tire fall off at this version of the track, so but there will be one pit stop today, and we'll go over that when the cars start to pace. But you see Benny Watson and Braden Perez will be starting from the front row here today at Hillside. So without further ado, let's get these 24 drivers ready to go here at the Hillside. And everyone rolls off the pit lane here, so your top 10 in the starting lineup is Benny Watson and Braden Perez on the front row. Then Ethan Lewis starts third alongside Zachary Fitzwater in the 30. Starting in the 5th position is 13 of Nathan Ormond, and he will start alongside Andy Thomas in the 23. Then on row number 7 is Will Parrish in the number 1 machine. He's alongside Roberto Crown Jr. And Logan DeCarlos and Ryan Durrani, the Daytona winner, round out the top 10 starting positions here at the Hillside International Raceway as we come off of turn number 2 on the pace lap. Turn number 4, the green flag waves here at Hillside. And yeah, sometimes I forget that the pit road is in the middle of turns 1 and 2, so it's only really half a pace lap. But as you see, Benny Watson with a good jump out to an early lead here at Hillside. And the inside is going to be the preferred lane. Ethan Lewis moves up to second as Watson comes around to lead lap number 1 here.
Yeah, Ethan Lewis made that move on Braden Perez, and it looks like Perez is going to try and get back at him for second place. We still got 2x2x2 action farther back. Right now we have, I believe that is the 13 of Nathan Ormond, who now tries to make Perez not going to get there in time. So Benny Watson is just going to lead us now for the next few laps until something happens up front.
And it is looking like Ethan Lewis is starting to close in a little bit here. He just a little to the inside off of turn number 4, but he doesn't have enough room to send it in 1. He's going to stay lower than Watson on the inside lane. They come side by side off turn number 2, and Ethan Lewis to the lead on lap number 4 of 40. Soon here at Hillside, you got a push from Braden Perez, and Nathan Ormond is right there as well in the 4th spot. Zachary Fitzwater, Will Parrish, Andy Thomas, Logan DeCarlos, and then a battle for 9th between Roberto Crown Jr. and Madison Kingsbury here, with other drivers like Jordan Watt looking to pounce. But for the lead, and once again, it's Braden Perez, and this time to the low side, and Ethan Lewis as we complete lap 5 of 40. Quick laps here at Hillside. As you see, the fastest lap set by Fitzwater is a 19.1. So, with 36 degrees of banking here and such a short track length of 1 mile, it is a very unique track, and we see some very unique racing as Braden Perez and Ethan Lewis still remain 1-2.
We've also just had more passes for the lead than we did in the entire DRL 500, so I guess that's a bonus. So you were saying unique and interesting about this track with its high banking. It's pit road. You enter the pits on the front stretch into turn 1, and you exit it, I believe, out of turn 2. So now we see that Ethan Lewis back to the lead, getting pressured by Benny Watson with help on the inside from the 4 cars, who are now holding on that. Never mind, they moved up the track. That's the 20 and the 17, Andy Thomas, and not the 17, sorry, the 1 of Will Parrish, who just moved up, and then they're going back down, and it's chaos here.
Yep, 2 side by side throughout the pack here at Hillside. As you see in the very back, it's more single file with guys like Bradley Green, Titan Nicholas, and Owen Miles back here, as well as Caleb Rose, who finished last at Daytona. He and Ream were off the pace, and it looks like they're not doing too much better. Ream is a few car lengths behind Nicholas in the last spot. As we go back up front, though, a quarter of the race has been completed. Ethan Lewis leads lap number 10 of 40, and he and Benny Watson and Nathan Norman starting to pull away at the front of the field as a battle for fourth goes on with Logan DeCarlos and Andy Thomas side by side. Braden Perez, Zachary Fitzwater, Jordan Watt are also back here looking to pounce. Here goes almost 3 wide. Watt forces Fitzwater up the track. Parrish has to react, but luckily nothing too bad comes of it, and Watt's going to get that position. That is the 7th spot for the number 40, and he wants more to the inside of DeCarlos. 3 wide behind him. Roberto Crown Jr. on the inside now. And they're still 3 wide as they come off of turn number 4. They do figure it out, though, and DeCarlos keeps the 6th spot. Madison Kingsbury now, Roger Parker in the 20, Burt Macklin, Cole Stravik, and Colin Cropley's back here as well, Stephen Collin and Simon Oskin. That's about back to the 15th position, but up front, Benny Watson still holds the lead. Ormond goes to second now as they put Ethan Lewis on the high side.
Really interesting in the mid-pack, we also have this mini battle, so like basically 5 cars in this lead pack. Benny Watson in the 13 behind the 17, we have the 13 of Nathan Ormond, the 23 of Andy Thomas, the 87 of Braden Perez, and the 2 of Ethan Lewis. The 40 now trying to close that gap. Jordan Watt, I think he might get there, but Benny Watson has just checked out while these guys are battling it out. And looks like Braden Perez might be making a move for second, and he is not going to get there.
No, but Perez, Thomas, and Watson, they're about equal length apart. Thomas is starting to close in here, running just a little bit lower than Watson through the corners, getting the clean air on that left fender. And here comes Andy Thomas in the 23. That Ford Mustang looking to challenge on the Honda of Benny Watson. Looking to the inside, doesn't make it work. Lap 17 of 40 now. This race is going by quickly as we're halfway in about 5 laps time, but Thomas still trying to make the move on Watson, and I'm at the same time trying to defend Braden Perez from taking the 2nd position from her, as Perez is closed in. Jordan Watt and Logan DeCarlos completes the top 5. Let's take another look toward the back of the field. It is now Caleb Rose in the last spot. Reams moved up to the 22nd position, and he's going to go 3 wide back here. Burt Macklin and Titan Nicholas in this mix. It's 3 wide in front of them with Durrani Oskin and Kate Onyx. Durrani, the Daytona winner, not faring quite as well. He's running by the finish line this time by. He is in the 18th position. But here's the big gap to it looks like it's the top 7 that have run away now. Nathan Ormond sits 8th. He's a while behind Ethan Lewis. He's starting to separate himself. Cole Stravik moves up to the 9th spot. Zachary Fitzwater and Roger Parker battle it out to get into the top 10. But Andy Thomas has taken the lead while we weren't looking. But it is halfway through the BP 400 this time by. Braden Perez looking under Benny Watson for the 2nd spot.
Nice to see all these mix of manufacturers up front. No one's dominating. But that 7-car pack that Logan was talking about, that's shrunk to 4 and potentially 1 if Andy Thomas can get away with this one. You have the 87 of Perez battling with the 40 of Watt and is that Watt and Watson? Yes, sorry. That was a mouthful. Looks like Braden Perez is going to come back to Andy Thomas and might make a move sometime soon. Now we have Ormond trying to make a move to the inside of Lewis.
Back here for the 7th position. Ormond couldn't make the move work. Logan DeCarlos going wide as the leaders are pitting right where we expected to. I know I didn't get to that at the beginning of the race because the pace lap's a half lap, but Andy Thomas leads Jordan Watt and Benny Watson down. Braden Perez stayed out in the 87, so he will inherit the lead now. On lap 23 of 40, the first group of leaders pit. We'll follow Andy Thomas, see what they're doing. Are they doing fuel-only tires, 2 or 4? It looks like there's going to be at least 2 tire stops here. The jack goes up on the Thomas car, and then it comes back down. And it looks like 2 tires is the call for Jordan Watt, and Thomas will get out behind him. Jordan Watt leads this group off the pit road. Let's see if he's going to make the undercut work, as everyone else is back down the pit road here, except for, it looks like a couple of guys stayed out, Caleb Rose and Colin Cropley, who were running mid-pack. Here's Benny Watson and Zachary Fitzwater merging off the pit lane. Ethan Lewis is back here, so is Crown, but side by side, Watson and Fitzwater gonna battle. And this might be for the lead right now. No, Parrish is way ahead here, and here's Jordan Watt going around Logan DeCarlos, who was first off of that group, so it looks like the undercut is going to be better. DeCarlos, though, and Braden Perez, they're going to hang on to these two. At least, that's how it looks. Here comes Nathan Ormond off the pit lane. He's not going to be close. Reggie Fogelman in the 24, though, he may jump a few spots, because he was not in the top 10 at all. But, Benny Watson and Zachary Fitzwater have definitely fallen way back. The pole sitter has, and by the line this time is 18th, and only 2 guys have not pitted. So, yeah, there's Caleb Rose coming out in front of him, so he may stay 18th. But 4 cars in contention for this win right now, as Ormond is 2 seconds back. But they're going to go 3 wide for the lead here. No, Jordan Watt backs out. Here comes DeCarlos to his inside. A 31 Amazon Prime Honda, that is a Toyota GR Supra. Moving to the inside for the second spot on Jordan Watt, and it looks like he's got it out of turn number 2.
So you see that strategy play just changed everything up. Benny Watson losing out big time. He's all the way back to, yes, will be 18th. Yes, it will be 18th. Sorry for that. Now we have a 31 of Logan Carlos now making a run on Annie Thomas. Hopefully going to get to the lead, and that was close on the back stretch. But yes, he will.
Yep, side by side through turns 3 and 4, DeCarlos and Thomas not giving an inch, and it's going to be dead even at the line almost. I think DeCarlos had the advantage there, and he did according to the ticker. 11 laps to go at Hillside, and it's ticking down quickly. Here's Jordan Watt making a move to the inside of Braden Perez for third. Doesn't quite have enough of a run to get by him now. Thomas is coming back to the inside of DeCarlos across the line with 10 laps to go at Hillside. The next nearest car to them is Brian Durrani, who's 13 seconds back of the leaders and like 3.5 seconds back of anyone else. So it's going to be the 0-0 for Durrani after the Daytona domination. But we'll see who ends up winning this race. DeCarlos leads across the line, this time on the outside, as Thomas and Watt are starting to push back in the inside. Nathan Ormond has joined this group. He's driven all the way back up to the leaders. And now 3 wide in front of him. Perez backs out of it and checks up right in front of Ormond. Still the battle for the lead between DeCarlos and Thomas, though. DeCarlos leads another lap, and there are now 8 laps to go here at Hillside.
Things are really getting spicy now. This top 5, that's basically going to be your group to win it. DeCarlos leading out Thomas. And now it's single file through, except for now, looks like Ormond tried looking to the bottom, wasn't going to make it work. Annie Thomas taking a look, not going to get there. But might in this corner with help from Jordan Watts. Maybe to the inside. And, potential 3 wide, not going to happen this time. But Annie Thomas will go back to the lead now, entering lap 35.
And Thomas and DeCarlos, they've been side by side for 3 or 4 straight laps at the line now. Jordan Watt still can't find a way through. Perez is also trying to find a way through this group of cars. Here comes Watt to the inside for second now. DeCarlos got pushed up high and he couldn't hold on anymore. But Watt has to check up on the inside, and DeCarlos is trying to clear for second again, and he will. Perez and Ormond now starting the battle for fourth as the rest of the top 10 start to close in. The exception of Cropley all the way back there, but Stravik, Fogelman, Parrish, and Roger Parker are starting to close into this lead group, although it may be too late. 4 laps to go for DeCarlos and Thomas. And they're side by side once again. DeCarlos is on the inside this time.
This is really a fight compared to last race, where it was just basically won on the back stretch of lap 1 by Durrani. But now we have a dogfight on the track, as DeCarlos is now going to pull away a bit, but Jordan Watt is going to try and get by Annie Thompson, chase him back now with 3 laps to go here from Hillside.
But Jordan Watt's being pushed up the track at the same time by Ormond. These 4 guys joining the group has not helped their case for trying to catch Logan DeCarlos. The number 31 is going to come around and get 2 laps to go at Hillside. Nathan Ormond moves into second, but he's 0.4 of a second behind. Can he catch DeCarlos in 1.5 miles? We'll have to see. Roger Parker's moving to third around Watt. Braden Perez is still in the top 5, and Ormond is trying to get a run on DeCarlos here. And the white flag waves in the British Petroleum 400 at Hillside. Will Ormond have enough time? I don't think he will. 0.2 of a second was the gap at the line that last time. DeCarlos holding on down the back straightaway, and Ormond won't get a chance to catch him. Out of turn number 4, Logan DeCarlos is going to win here at Hillside. Ormond's going to come just short, about 0.2 of a second behind. Jordan Watt was able to hold down third ahead of Roger Parker and Braden Perez to complete the top 5 here, and Durrani finishes last by about 6 seconds behind Owen Miles there. The fastest lap of the race went to Andy Thomas in the 23 with a 19.042, but Thomas fell back at the end and ended up in the 6th position. But Logan DeCarlos comes out on top here today at Hillside. Nathan Ormond, Jordan Watt, Roger Parker, Braden Perez, Annie Thomas, Reggie Fogelman, Will Parrish, Cole Stravick, and Colin Cropley. That's the top 10 from the British Petroleum 400 here at the Hillside International Raceway.
Ormond coming up just short there. Got out of the battle for second place, but just didn't have enough laps to pull. I think if he had 1 or 2 more laps, he could have gotten to the back bumper of DeCarlos. But it was not to be. It's another caution-free race here in the DRL Summer Series. Looking for a lot more action, but we didn't get it today. Kind of a fast race we also had. Kind of like Daytona, where we just had Durrani lead it out, but at least this time we had lead changes. And Durrani, I don't know what happened, but first to 24th within 2 races. That's almost extraordinary, but we'll have to see what that does to the points.
Yeah, before we get to the points, just a reminder that our next race is the Coca-Cola 600, the Coca 600 at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. That should be a fun one for sure. Still in Massachusetts, the only state we have 2 races in the DRL Summer Series before we start to make our way west on schedule. But until then, I've been Logan, and on behalf of Andrew as well. See you next time for the DRL Summer Series. Congratulations to Logan DeCarlos. Goodbye.